little crocodiles. How do? I'm Froy, and I'm back working on the Renault today. The airbag light has come on, which is nice. This is a 2009 Renault Clio. And a couple of weeks ago, I was going full lock on the steering wheel, and I heard a plasticky, snappy sound from inside here, and immediately the dash lit up like a Christmas tree. Let me show you. Start the car. You can see we've got airbag light on, service light on, and there you go, look, it says check airbag. So I need to disconnect the battery, take the steering wheel off, and what I want to do is try just see if I can see what's happened, but more importantly, I think it's a clock spring or something under here that snapped, so probably get a part number and then order the piece I need. So I'm just going to put the steering wheel upside down because I think just here you can insert a screwdriver and release a clip which releases the airbag. I've got a thin flat blade screwdriver. Let's try and pop off the airbag. Well, that didn't work. Tried using that little hole, and for the life of me I can't get it off, which is cool. So what I'm going to try and do is take these plastic covers off around the steering column and see if I can find another point of entry. My word, that was difficult. Very difficult. That was anything but easy. See this little metal lever here? That's what I was trying to push down with the screwdriver. I pushed that down to try and get it off of this metal hook here. So that hole in the back of the steering wheel, back here, you can see I was trying to push it down like that, off this metal hook. There's quite a long way to travel there, probably about 10mm to get it off that hook. I could feel the spring moving, but I just couldn't get it released and pull the bag off at the same time. So you see what I did there, I had one screwdriver at the top here, applying pressure this way to pull the airbag out, and then just gave it full beans trying to push that clip off the back of the hook. You can see my arms were shaking like crazy. Full power or nothing. And yeah, it went pop. Okay, so we've got one clip here, one airbag plug, and one airbag plug here. Yeah, any advice to release this airbag? I honestly don't know. Just full power, pretty much. Give it more power than you think you've got, and it might pop out. Don't want to break anything here, really. There we go, there's one. There we go. Yellow bits up. And the plug. or hopefully, there we are, just pop out. Lovely jubbly. Oh, one more. Oh, there's must be an earth or something, no idea. What I was trying to do is push this lever down. It's quite a tough, quite a stiff little lever. Okay, steering wheel needs to come off next. And we've got this chunky Torx bolt right in the middle. It looks like I've got a connector here to release as well. Let's do that. And let's just unplug this connector. So that's got a little lever there. Yeah. So this looks like a Torx bolt. I've got this handy set. Good for working on cars. Normal Allen key bits, multi-spline bits, and then Torx over there. So it's the Torx 50 that fits. Just before I take the steering wheel off, I'm just going to make a mark just to make sure I put it back in the same place. I'm wondering if it's something inside here that's broken. Yep. What am I doing? I have no idea. I think I made a mistake taking this off, so I'm going to try and put it back on if I can. Okay. I searched for this part number, nothing came up, so I think there's going to be a part number for the whole unit rather than just this. I think this piece is called the clock spring. So just at the top behind here, there appears to be a little Torx screw to undo, and hoping that releases the whole thing. There are a few electrical plugs, but I'm going to try and take it off and unplug those after. I took the bolt completely out of this piece, and I found I had to lever up these two bottom edges of this piece that pinched together to get it to come off of here. And now it comes off. Doth. Okay, so we're off at last. These three plugs are quite easy to take out, and I probably didn't need to take it off to find the part number because it looks like it's here. I'm thinking it's one of those four. It's going to be the part number because this is part of the main body, and it looks like these indicator stalks have their own part numbers here and here, and it looks like they unclip. Okay, so we have a quick search for this part number. As if by magic, I've got a new one. I ordered this on eBay in the end because it was £33. I did get a quote from my local Renault dealer, and they wanted £230 plus VAT. So I thought, nah, let's give this a go first. Right, the only difference is I've got the same airbag plugs and the earth wire for the airbag. Same plug for the horn or whatever it is. But I've got an extra plug that I don't need, so I'm hoping it's just redundant if you don't use it. So what I need to do is swap over the indicator and windscreen wiper stalks. But first, I'm just going to plug everything in and see if it works, rather than assemble the whole car and be disappointed. So let me just do that quickly. Okay, I've just plugged it all in temporarily. You can see there, 2 plugs on the airbag, the earth connected, and that's connected to this contraption. I've just plugged in the one big plug that I think connects all this. The other 2 plugs down here are for the indicator stalks and wipers. So I just connected the battery. Let me just put that down somewhere safe just in case that goes off like a rocket. And see if that fixes the issue. Turn that off. Fire up the engine. Oh, music off. Would you look at that? Airbag light has gone off. Wonderful. Okay, let's reassemble it quickly. There's one released. There's 2. Take that wire up. There we go. That's that stripped. Let's make sure that wire's nicely tucked in. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to plug in this plug here, which is for the clock spring and all these cables, the airbag. Then I've got 2 plugs here for the wipers and indicators. You can see inside here, hopefully, these 2 little notches, little hooks. They hook into these 2 little square holes on the steering column. Okay, that's the new clock spring back on. See this red plastic bit here? Just holds the clock spring in the middle, in the center. So don't take that off until you're going to put the steering wheel on. And that means you've probably got 3 full turns either way, or 2.5 turns either way, so you don't snap the ribbon inside the clock spring. So whilst the steering wheel's off, I'm going to put this plastic on the bottom and the top, screw that back together so it's easy, and then we can chuck the steering wheel on, airbag back in. It should be job done. Right, just before I snap that back, I'm going to connect the battery and just see if it works. Memento of truth. Lights all gone out. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. So yeah, there we go. if you need to do this yourself, just check the earth connector on the back of the airbag is nice and tight. Look at that. Just been for a little test drive. No lights on the dash, which is good, but I've got no horn. The horn saga continues. So I've done a little bit of testing with the multimeter, and there's no issue with power coming through. So tested the red and black there. There's 12 volts coming through, no problem. These are the two clock springs. This is the OEM one, this is the aftermarket one. And I found what the difference is. So this plug here, which plugs into this connector, mine only has wires going into one side of the connector. You can see there, you can see straight through the other side. The aftermarket one has 2 rows of pins, and the OEM one does not. So I'm assuming those lower pins must provide power to the horn on a different model of car. So what I'm going to do is head over to the scrapyard and see if I can find an OEM one that matches this, because I really don't want to pay whatever it was, 280 odd pounds. Here we are in El Scrapyardo. Found a Renault Clio that looks similar to mine. I've already taken the clock spring off, and the pins match, so I'm hoping this will do the shape. Problem solved. No warning lights, handbrake. Check it out. A horn that works. So I went to Silver Lake Scrapyard, fitted the new clock spring in here, and £13.13 later, problem solved. So yeah, should have done that from the start. Straight to the scrapyard, get an OEM clock spring, much better quality than that eBay junk. The plugs on the eBay one didn't really fit the airbag very well, so I'm kind of glad I went to the scrapyard and got this one. So there we are, fixed. On to the next problem. See you in the next one.